Hey guys, I'm going to go over the passage 5c, number 3. This is part of the Conspiracy of Catiline story from Sallust. In this part, Cicero has received the news about the Allobroges, joining forces with Catiline. And so in this part, December 3rd, he brings in the conspirators to be judged, or in the end of the story, which I don't know if we get to. They're gonna be executed. So I'll read through and answer the worksheet questions. Feel free to watch this as you're filling out your worksheet. Alright, so quibus rebus confectis, that is an ablative absolute, with the affairs having been completed, then omnia propere per nuntios Ciceroni declarantur. All things were being reported. That's present tense. Sorry. All things were being reported hastily to Cicero. Ciceroni is dative to Cicero. Per nuntios, through the messengers. At illum engens cura atque laetitia simul occuparere. So the occuparere is a syncopated perfect. That's really occuparerunt, third person plural perfect tense. And the subject is engens cura atque laetitia. So great care or anxiety, and laetitia, joy. Simul, at the same time. Great care and joy at the same time. Seized illum, seized him. And the illum is accusative singular masculine referring to Cicero. Okay. And nam laetabatur intelligens, coniuratione pate facta civitatem periculis irreptum nesse. So nam, for intelligens, understanding, laetabatur, he was rejoicing. That's imperfect tense. Coniuratione pate facta, that's an ablative absolute again, with the conspiracy having been exposed or revealed. In intelligens sets off an indirect statement. So the intelligens is a present participle, understanding, and it's modifying Cicero, the subject. Understanding that civitatem, that's our accusative subject in the indirect statement, and our infinitive is irreptum esse, and that's a perfect passive infinitive, and the irreptum is feminine to agree with civitatem. So understanding that the state was snatched from irreptum esse takes the ablative of separation, was snatched from periculis, from dangers. Poro, furthermore, autem, however, anxious erat, he was anxious, or worried. Tantis civibus deprehensis, and then that's another ablative absolute, with so many citizens having been caught, or Igator sic secum loquebator, therefore, thus, he was speaking secum with himself. Civis, qui maximum scelus commiserunt judicatori sumus. The civis there is accusative plural masculine, Remember, that can sometimes be a long es and sometimes a long is, but it is accusative. Not to be confused with first and second declension, ablative and dative, which would, in the third declension would be ibus. And we have a relative clause here as well, describing the Kiwis. So, judicatori sumus, we are, and then we have judicatori is the future active participle. We are about to judge Kiwis, citizens, qui maximum scelus commisserunt, that is a relative clause modifying citizens who have committed the greatest crime. Maximum scelus. Scelus is neuter, so maximum is modifying it. Ubi eos in senatum vocavemus, when we called them into the Senate. Eos is them, accusative plural masculine. Sententiam dicere me apportebit. It is fitting, or it will be fitting for me to say the judgment, or to speak the judgment. Sententiam here can be opinion or sentence, but it can also be the judgment. And here Cicero is talking about judging these conspirators. So it's a judgment. It will be fitting for me to say the judgment. Ego eos puniri volo. I, volo, wish. Puniri is the passive infinitive. So I wish eos, I wish them, puniri, to be punished. Nam si eis nobis parcator. For if, and this is a weird construction, which is in the grammar for this chapter, called the impersonal. When a verb is third singular, it can be impersonal, and that just is the sort of thing we do in English when we say, it happens, blah blah blah, or whenever we make the subject it, when it's not really doing the, when there really is something in the sentence that is the subject. So here we have a passive impersonal, and this takes the dative case, which is what eis is. So for if parcator, it is spared eis to them, a nobis, by us, and that really just means if they are spared by us. Magno sit rei publicae dedecori. It will be, or would be. Oh, and sorry. So this is a condition. So we have two subjunctives here, parcator and sit. And the sit is going with dedicori. So these are two present subjunctives, so that means we have a future less vivid conditional. So if it should be spared to them by us, or if they should be spared, then it would be a disgrace, sit dedicori, and this takes the dative, rei publicae, for or to the Republic. Right? Would be a great disgrace to the Republic. Imo, furthermore, nisi puniti erunt, unless they are punished. Puto foreut, I think it would come about that. So foreut, we learned in the last chapter, takes a subjunctive clause. It would come about that rei publicae vehementor noceator. So this is another imperfect another impersonal passive, noceator. This is also subjunctive because it's in the foreut clause. And this takes the dative, rei publicae. It would come about that it would harm the Republic vehementor strongly, or that the Republic would be harmed strongly, or vehemently. Quodsi, but if postula vero, I will have asked or demanded, that's a future perfect, postula vero, the summum supplicium, the highest punishment, et cives Romani iusi consulis morientur. So now we have cives Romani as the subject. Roman citizens morientur would be killed iusi consulis by the order of the consul. The iusi there is the ablative of means. Okay. Poena illora mihi oneri erit. It will be their punishment. Poena illorum, their punishment. Oneri erit will be a burden, mihi, to me. And that's another impersonal verb. Nihilominus me decet rem publicam saluti me ai praeponere. Nevertheless, it befits me to put praeponere, so this ponere, to put, and then prae, before, to put rem publicam, the Republic, before saluti meae, my own safety, my safety. So the saluti meae is dative. So you have the accusative, put the thing before the dative. It befits me to put the Republic before my own safety. Si hanc sententiam dedero, if I will have given this judgment, et homines scelesti interfectiarunt, and the wicked men, homines scelesti, interfectiarunt, are killed. Saltem rem publicam ab histantis periculis seruavero. At least, seruavero, I will have saved rem publicam, the Republic, ab histantis periculis, that's a prepositional phrase, from these so great dangers. Sic placet, it is thus pleasing. Thus it is pleasing. Usually that has a mihi, is thus pleasing to me. Me decet, it befits me, in hac sententia, me ipsum constantem praebere. It befits me to show me, myself, constantem, constant, so me, myself, me ipsum constantem, constant, in hac sententia, in this judgment. Nec puto foreut, nor do I think it would come about that, foreut, so that expresses a subjunctive, and the subjunctive here is paeniteat. Nor do I think it would come about that it would be a regret Right, so this is another impersonal construction. They gloss it here for you. I regret taking a genitive of what is regretted. Yeah, so we can just say it would come about, nor do I think it would come about that I would ever regret, huius constantiae, this constancy. So that's genitive because of this, the construction of this verb, huius constantiae. Igitor Kikoro, so we're leaving Cicero's quotation and we're going back to Sallust, describing things that are happening. Therefore, Cicero, confermato animo, that's another ablative absolute, with his mind having been confirmed or made up, vocari ad sese jubit lentulum conjuratoresque ceteros. Jubit is the main verb here. He orders Lentulus and the rest of the conspirators, that's Lentulum conjuratoresque ceteros, Lentulus and the rest of the conspirators, vocari, to be summoned, that's a passive infinitive, ad sese, to himself. Sine mora veniunt, they come without delay. Consul Lentulum quod praetor erat, ipse manu tenens in senatum perducit. Consul is the subject, that's Cicero. The consul, perducit, leads, the consul ipse, the consul himself, leads, good, I just lost my place. Leads Lentulus, quod praetor erat, because he was praetor. Tenens, holding him, manu, by the hand. The manu is an ablative of means. He perducit, he leads him into the Senate, in senatum. So remember, in plus the accusative is n2. Reliquos cum custodibus in aidem concordiae venire jubit. He orders, jubit, reliquos, the rest, the remaining men, venire to come in aidem concordiae, into the temple of concord, cum custodibus, with the guardians, with the watchmen. And that's an ablative of complement, cum, with a person. Eo senatum advocat et auturcium cum alabrogibus introducit. He leads in, or he brings in, sorry, I skipped. Advocat, he calls the Senate to him. To there. And he brings in Volturcius with the Allobroges. Flacum praetorem litteras quas legatis acceperat, eodem affere jubit. He orders Flaccus, the praetor, to bring litteras, the letters, quas legatis acceperat, which he had received from the messengers, from the legates. I guess they're ambassadors, from the legates, eodem, to the same place. Okay. Let me just make sure I've answered all of the questions. So number 1, that is an ablative absolute. Number 2, that is third, plural, present, indicative passive. The subject is omnia. Number 3, also an ablative absolute. Number 4, that is a perfect passive infinitive with the subject civitatem. Number 5, also an ablative absolute. Right? Let me check. Tantis Giudos deprehensis. What line is that? Yeah, also an ablative absolute. Number 6, that is a present passive infinitive. And that is infinitive because it is dependent on the main verb volo. So volo, I want, takes an infinitive, a complementary infinitive. Okay, and then poneti erunt, that is third plural perfect indicative passive. And then 8, noceator, that is subjunctive because I think this was a foreut, right? Where is it? Yeah, because of the foreut, it would come about that. And then we have a subjunctive. And then number 9, you'll see is an ablative of means. Number 10, that is ablative because it's a prepositional phrase, it with ob. Number 11, that is genitive singular feminine. Number 12, ablative absolute. Number 13, accusative plural feminine. Gatis is ablative because of the preposition a. So that's it's an ablative of agent. Right. Okay. And then aceperat is third singular pluperfect indicative active.